Hey everybody, how's it going? I thought, incorrectly, again, that I would be able to make one video out of the Niles Canyon train ride and our visit to the Niles Canyon Railroad yard. But yeah, that wasn't going to work out. So I split them, and we were invited by the folks who run the Niles Canyon Railroad to go visit the yard after the train ride. And when we got there, I did about 3 clips on my phone and my battery died. So I used Jennifer's iPhone, and she has a hand thing that she sticks her hand through. And so in a lot of those clips, you're going to see a little piece of green off to the on the right side of the frame. I didn't realize it was doing that when I did. I tried to keep it out of the way, but it was really hard to remember to do it all the time. So please forgive me for that. I knew that Jennifer's battery was getting low too, so I was trying not to use the camera too much and kill hers. And so I ended up having to turn it off and turn it on while Mason was giving us his tour. And I didn't have the proper equipment to give Mason a microphone. Sorry about that. And he didn't really have a voice for doing this kind of stuff. He's not boisterous like me. So the narration that he gave is coming in and out, cut up. I'm really sorry about that. I wish it could have come out better. And then when we get towards the end, her battery died, and it was just it was a long day. So bear with me on this video, and I hope you enjoy it anyway. All right, well, we are at the Niles Canyon Railway yard. Oh, that's all right. And some cool old equipment here. It is nice to be well connected, and we're connected. Steve's got us hooked up to go check all this stuff out. So yeah, I got a SP switcher there, and WP. This is the locomotive that was pulling our train earlier, and then there are the SP cars that we went by that you saw in the video. So yeah, let's go look around, see what's going on. They have their own little maintenance of way stuff here. Got looks like a ballast dump car, that yellow one, and then a small tamper. And tie handler there. Look at that, a Scarifier. I haven't seen that one since the extra gang was in Tehachapi. They really don't use those anymore.
It works.
And then
It's more
a
Scarifier than Scarifier.
regulator there. It's an oldie but a goodie.
That'll be good.
All right, your name is
Mason.
Mason. Are you going to join us, Mike?
I am going to join you.
All right. And you saw Mike earlier on the train. Steve, and he said to keep him out of it.
Hi, I'm Liam. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but till I am,
Awesome.
I'm here too.
All right. Well, they're going to show us around, and so yeah, lead on.
Where typically all the diesel locomotives reside, the active service ones. Any engines that are inactive are on ladder 2, which are down there. That includes our F7 and our Baldwin and our Fairbanks Morris, as well as 1 or 2 center cabs, actually both center cabs, and then the dead steam engines all the way at the back, where they belong. Those here, the SD9 we own, the GP9 is privately owned. It is owned by Howard Wise, and was also owned by, I can't remember his last name, first name Earl, who was an SP engineer. Actually was an engineer during steam era for the SP.
Oh wow.
It is run on special occasions. It is the backup for this on the TOL. The SD9 will swap places with it typically because it also has dynamics. We walk over here, 1195, which is currently an active project right now to get back into passenger service. Myself and a few others have spent about a month now cleaning out its engine block of carbon buildup, and they just went through a load test with this in full dynamics to hopefully blow everything out and then we'll do it again and do it again and again until it runs cleaner. Currently out of service for a faulty water pump, which will be rectified in the next coming week. We have an actual paid mechanic. Oh, I forget there's an actual hole underneath here. Active mechanic who's coming to help us fix that.
Awesome. You guys are on top of it.
Yeah, we tried to be. The Dome car, privately owned. Santa Fe Superdome was an Amtrak service, so it's one of the only cars in our collection. I believe it's not current, but it was current at one point as Amtrak ready. So it could go on the main line. It had self-aligning couplers, everything. Most of our diesels, I believe, that is the only other diesel besides the 9010 that has self-aligning couplers. Therefore, those can leave out on mainline service. All these other diesels have to be trucked out or converted over. Recently just went through a full semi-full restoration of all the window frames and the baggage compartment doors. They start to peel and kids like to pick at the wood, and it doesn't last long in that service. Well, this is one of our, don't post that either. But this is one of our big
Don't post what? What?
Him going to hurt kids.
Oh.
This generates a lot of money for our train of lights, the gift shop specifically. She's an Alco S6, previously owned from SP and went immediately into Foster Farms, the chicken company.
Okay.
So it is affectionately known as the chicken train. I even painted the chicken on the top of the stack box. Right now, we got the power plant running, but we're having little problems with the excitation modules for the trucks.
It's an X315 coach. It is a very, very once numerous Harriman Suburban car. We have quite a few in our collection. This one is currently receiving quite a bit of work in its windows. It used to be one of our cars that was in our regular train. Currently, it's only regulated to train of light service. Currently, it is where our docent speaks to the rest of the passengers on train of lights. When we got it, it was painted all white. It was used in the MOW service by the Western Pacific. So when we got it, it was gutted, completely emptied. So the seats are in it are actually from Amtrak surplus. We've had to actually completely gut the window frames from the car. There's 4 pieces to each window. We have to completely sand them and repaint them. That is a very much ongoing process. We are also planning some roof repair on the car.
All right.
Here you go.
This is not a daylight car. This is a GN ranch car, of which 6 were built, 5 remain. Out of those 5, 2 were in Amtrak service, and both Amtrak cars are in California. The other one's up in Willits in Big Sky Blue. This one will be in Empire Builder Scheme. So if you walk to what's considered the north side of the car up against the wall, it has been painted. This engine was on the train with the GS4 that ran through Oakland for the World Fair. So they needed a dining car and a lounge. So this and the other GN diner that's up in Napa currently were both on that train.
Oh, yeah.
GN guy, this is the car to blame.
I recognize the scheme from the dining car and
I blame Howard entirely for that.
yeah, got GN livery here, Great Northern, just like the dining car at Sacramento.
Yeah. Was a camera car, as you can see the picture on the little tripod there. That's how it arrived to us, inoperative, and with no. Originally, the plan was for a cosmetic restoration. Through the process, we were approached by a company that had access to the set of original drive shafts, or cardan shafts, I should say. Very similar to a DD40AX, there are 2 power plants and 2 radiator bays. Each engine and radiator bay powered 1 truck independently. Sadly, in 9010's case, engine plant 1 was opened up by the SP, used for parts, and then not stored correctly and it's inoperative. Radiator bay 1 was gutted by copper thieves, as well as 2. Right now it is what we call the party room. It is where every system we've had to add non-stock to it to allow it to run is residing. This Onan will go in there eventually to run the oil preheater.
Now,
Yes.
for those of my viewers who don't know what this is, explain to them why this is a unique locomotive.
This is a diesel hydraulic one of the very few engines in the United States from a United States rail company to be ordered from a European nation. So this was ordered by SP from Krauss Maffei, which is a German manufacturer. They've been around pre-1900s. They built steam engines, more family and everything during World War II steam-wise they built. This was 4,000 horsepower when it worked, or when it was in service. We recently did the math. In 3 years' time, we will have had it as long as SP has had it. This is technically 2 locomotives welded together. This rear hood and this, when you look at it, the grills are radiator, the non-grille doors are engine. This engine and that radiator are the only 2 things functioning on this engine, and they power the rear truck. So their denomination were ML 4000s with C-C, which stands for 3-axle trucks. This is now a 2,000 horsepower locomotive on 1 truck, which I will tell you now, this is the fastest locomotive in our yard, and this is probably the strongest. Because unlike most hydraulics, where you have hydraulic motors in the truck, this is a diesel hydraulic mechanical. Diesel engine, it's a Maybach 870 ND, don't quote me, but I believe that is what it is. Power and hydraulic transmission by Voith, which is coming off of what's called a Dynastarter, which is like your starter motor, which turns the transmission over, generates all the fluid, and then you can start controlling it, and then that will turn into an alternator of sorts. The trucks have gears in them. So unlike a traction motor where you'll get wheel slip, if you're slipping, you are in for a world of pain. You're either going to break gears or you're not going to be slipping to begin with. So when axle 1 turns, everything turns.
Yeah, I've read about locomotive engineers that operated it. They said it was very hot in the cab.
Correct. Cooling was an issue because in Europe they do not encounter the heat that we encounter here.
That's true.
Which are these GE units.
A low bridge getting in here.
That's where the horn came from. The brass belt. It sounds great.
For all of you locomotive aficionados who've never seen the inside of one of these, the engineer's seat.
Jeez. Pretty spacious, right? The only reason why you can actually get up easily is the water cooler's been removed.
Very cool. All right, I'll move out with some other people in here.
This is our steam shop. This was the Tipple building. This is the only structure on our property when we got here. This used to be a gravel yard. The quarry is behind us. It's still a relatively active group. It's owned by Firma, which is an environmental company. Everything in here is lathes, mills, and then our 1744 chassis, which is it's a Malley steam engine, is currently just bare frame right now. The driver's sitting in front of it. This I can't take you in there if you're going to record. There's a lot of stuff that
I'd like to see it though.
you can see it though. In the background is our Pickering Lumber Co. caboose, a little bobber caboose, which just finished its paint cosmetic restoration.
This is the tender for this.
Extension cords in that car.
All right, inside the Pickering Lumber Company. What kind of caboose did you call this?
Bobber caboose.
Bobber caboose.
That's cute.
So yeah, part of a logging operation.
So we do have 2 Pickering locomotives. Sadly, they are inactive. One's a Shea and one's a Heisler, which are geared locomotives. That is what they were known to do. Morris's. They were never turned off. Army rules with their engines is they're not to be shut off. In case of emergency or wartime, if you shut diesels when they are shut off is actually the most harmful thing for them. The starting up process is so violent that they're actually vibrating themselves apart. Idle. What?
All of you know I am not conversant with locomotives. They said this is a Pacific type, so I'm not even sure who made this. They're down there chit-chatting. I'm trying to get some stuff recorded because we got to get going here pretty quick. It's already 6 o'clock and we got a 4.5, 5-hour drive home. There's a Shay right there. Who built this one?
I wanted to say Alco.
He says he thinks it's an Alco. Usually have a plate on. It's probably on the other side though.
I believe it's down by the storage rack.
Oh,
I want to say it's a P-8. The main three sisters, all three work and are in preservation, similar operations like us. Source
Mallet Locomotive for Clover Valley Lumber Company.
Another privately owned engine on the property is owned by Chris Baldo. It is on temporary lease with us, and as term to where it's going next, I don't know where it is. But since it's privately owned, we've had some mechanical problems with it, and we bought the Santa Fe sleeper car. If you've ever been up to the Sacramento Railroad Museum, the sleeper car they have there that rocks back and forth.
Oh yeah,
This is the exact same car. I don't have a key for it.
that's all right. Foreman sleeping and shower car.
Santa Fe turned it into an MOW car, and they gutted the 2 estate rooms in here, turned them into bunk beds. So we're going to convert it into just a chair car. We're going to bolt the ears in there.
It's an observation, privately owned observation car. Who'd you say owns it?
West Swift.
West
this is
Swift.
Yosemite Valley 330.
It was the Yosemite Valley car. This is really, look at all this brass work and grill work on the end of the platform.
It also has a fabric motor.
It's pretty much stripped, but still very cool.
We stole parts from it for this.
Really?
All the sight glasses, everything, we acquired them because they were going to get stolen, right? So all of that stuff is on our property. They are actively, right now, there's a group, one of our volunteers up here is with us. And it's automatically restored. Paint-wise, they're not putting any parts back. He wanted to get parts out.
It's a former
We've
Southern
already lit
Pacific.
a string of cars on fire down there too. This was a bookshop car when we used to do gift shops more often. Now it's a China box.
This
Here's our Heisler.
is a Heisler. If you saw my video from Roaring Camp, this is a Heisler, is the one that they allowed me to get up in the cab of while they did some switching.
This is its bigger cousin.
I was going to say that one was significantly smaller, but these are locomotives that are not driven by rods. These are these geared too?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
So they are. It is driven off of this shaft here, and there are connecting rods for both wheels to spin at the same time. When they were dragged up here, we disconnected the drive shafts so they could roll freely. So that is the fastest probably any Heisler has gone in existence. And it went on mainline speed.
And this is a Pickering as well, huh?
Yeah. So both of our engines are Pickering.
He just said that the reason this is Nemo Works. And he said the reason these were painted red and the other ones were black to differentiate them from a competing logging railroad who was starting fires along the line coming out of the mountains. And so if someone said this black locomotive started the fire, Pickering knew it wasn't theirs. This is a U.S. Army, and the military was known for having its own fleet of locomotives to move things around with. Sorry about the It is getting really late in the afternoon. Santa Fe. Center cab. Oakland Terminal Railway. And it's in there. Okay, right at the end of everything, right as Jennifer's phone was dying, mine was barely hanging on. I still had a little life in it, but I wasn't even going to do anything about the Western Pacific F7. Because the batteries were gone. But then Mason said, hey, climb on up in here and check it out. So you see the picture. I didn't do an outside video because I wanted to get all the video I could inside with what little battery I had left. So here is the Niles Canyon Railways Western Pacific F7. And this is one of 4 that are left.
The Fab 4.
Yeah, it's Ringo.
It's Ringo. Yes, it is Ringo. This was not, we repainted it into the Zephyr scheme. It was green and just like 713, the green and the
Oh, I
purple
see.
green.
Uh-huh.
It was given to us at Castro Point after suffering an engine fire. So you can't control her brakes.
What size motor is this? It's a V16?
This is a 1, 2, 4. Yeah, V16.
Wow.
It is a B block, a 567B. Original. WP never replaced their engine block. Never upgraded anything either. So this is as original as you can get. It does have an F3 window. We added that to access the battery charger. Come up in here. The command deck. See, we've kind of taken her apart right now. We're trying to fix the gaskets on the brake stand, which are on order. They are being custom made for us.
Oh, good. All right. Very cool.
Had a defroster too, but it had an attendant button because these ran ABBA, so they had B units in the middle. The Fab 4 didn't. The Fab 4 had all A's. At least they only kept 4 A units. But that would be called the guy who's, you know, several B units away. A bell would ring. Come to the engineer. We got to talk to you. It's like, bring me a coffee or whatever. That's what they've been using that on TOL when it ran. They would push it, and the guy sitting in the back, and they're like, "What do you want? Bring me hot chocolate."
All right, guys. Well, the phones are dead. So thanks for showing us around.
My
Really
pleasure.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Learned a lot today. Saw a lot of really cool stuff. Had a cool train ride. And now I got a 5-hour drive home. So, all right. Thanks for following us along. Keep shooting me the ideas. Drop me comments below. Shoot me an email at motorport59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. And we'll see you on the next adventure.